Growing up in India, it wasn't uncommon to hear people praise those with light skin for their beautiful complexion and lament the beauty that was wasted on those with dark skin. This always made me wonder, why does this happen?
Girls today are told to use fairness creams in order to become fair and lovely.
They're told not to sit in the sun because it will make their skin darker.
Sentiments like, she got lucky he married her despite her complexion, are still whispered around India in 2020.
I mean, what is this obsession with fairness? Why does it get used as a benchmark for beauty in so many places across the world?
Hey guys, welcome to our second episode. Thank you all for tuning in. You might remember me, my name is Sahana.
And my name is Zaina, and we hope that you enjoy our next 15 minutes. We are part of a student run initiative for the youth by the youth called Project Kara, and we work towards providing access, information, and awareness to the youth with regards to mental health.
Today, we are going to be talking about colorism and how it's still prevalent in today's society.
I think we should start with the difference between colorism and racism.
Alright, so while both colorism and racism involve discrimination based on outward appearance, like the color of your skin, colorism is discrimination that occurs within one's own ethnic and racial groups, whereas racism is when an entire race is oppressed, or viewed as
Almost.
inferior from an outside point of view.
So basically, colorism is internalized racism.
And some people even like to call it the daughter of racism.
That actually accurately fits. And advertisements play a large role in the promotion of colorism.
I mean, it goes without saying, fairness creams have become an essential in every Indian home. And these ads are all structured in the exact same way. A dark skinned person struggling and unhappy gets offered this fairness cream by a light skinned friend, and
Oh my
suddenly their lives
god.
change
Oh
forever.
god.
They get the job, they're happy, and they're finally beautiful.
Oh my god. These advertisements continue to equate the success of modern Indians with light skin. This actually reminds me of something that Stanford law professor Deborah Elroyd said. She said that women who fail to meet conventional beauty standards are often passed up for promotions and suffer from the economic effects of people's perceptions of their attractiveness. I think this really shines a light on the fact that the gender gap in India is created with numerous intersections, including caste and color.
That's true. And back to the ad topic, some of these ads feature some of the biggest celebrities today. We talk about Priyanka Chopra, Sonam Kapoor, Shahid Kapoor,
And
and
even Shah Rukh Khan.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, you're right. Yeah, I've seen that ad. They create this expectation of having light skin in order to be attractive.
But didn't Priyanka admit to bleaching her skin in order to get lighter skin?
Not only her, there were so many other people.
I think it's baffling how they use their huge platforms in such a negative way. They make it seem like we need to be fair in order to be beautiful and successful, even when it is not realistic or necessary or even safe with certain products that they advertise. I mean, this belief that you need to be of a lighter skin tone to be beautiful starts to create color complexes.
The thing is, most of the time, it's not even the actor's fault. They're forced to conform to society's far-fetched expectations in order to keep their jobs. Priyanka actually opened up about this very recently. She started speaking about her early days in Bollywood and how the directors actually told the makeup artist to apply more makeup to give her fairer skin.
No. Oh
It's
my God.
ridiculous. She's beautiful.
She is. I didn't know that. Wow. But the thing is, it starts to create a ripple effect. I think that the second these actors promote ideas like this, young people everywhere are also expected to meet such unrealistic standards and conform to Bollywood's idea of beauty. I
Right,
mean,
completely agree.
everyone wants to be Priyanka Chopra. This
Mhm.
issue affects women far more than men That's not to say that Bollywood is flooded with dark skinned male actors, but the female love interest always needs to be light skinned. And those with darker skin complexions have the roles of an inferior person or aren't even considered desirable.
Take even songs for that matter. There are songs like Chittiya Kalaya. Wait, did I
Oh
pronounce
no.
that right?
I think
they,
so.
they stay on the top charts for months. I don't speak Hindi, so I had no idea what the song meant, but I had to search it up and I found out that it means I have white wrists and they are yours now. I mean,
Oh god.
what? Excuse me?
What?
I mean, first of all, that's weird, but white wrist, was that even necessary? Even the music video for the song, it's just beyond questionable. They're like white dancers, and then there are these dark skinned men who are just in the background as these lowly drummers. We don't even realize that we create a bias against them. I mean, repeatedly seeing people of a darker skin tone in place of inferiority, or in the background, or as even as antagonistic characters, makes us have this perception unintentionally.
Definitely. And with so many of the villains being dark skinned, especially men, this thought is instilled in our heads that they are dangerous and we unconsciously become very apprehensive. I mean, how does the color of your skin decide what kind of person you are?
Completely agree. I mean, if light skinned actors are often the only actors we see, then that will be our idea of beauty. We
True.
believe what we see in on television. And since very few dark skinned people are even there in the film industry itself, those with darker complexion, they're just not seen enough. And because of this lack of visibility, they are subject of stigma.
And because of how darker skin is portrayed in ads and media, especially by such successful celebrities, it makes us feel like if we have a skin tone slightly darker than them, that we are not desirable or not good enough, that we are a failure. Not only does this impact the way we view ourselves, but also creates certain perceptions in society and changes the way people can view us. And this definitely affects our confidence and self esteem.
Right. I mean, there are people like Nandita Das. Her talent is beyond, this world. She is great and she's won so many laurels for it. But, she's talked about how she's been rejected from so many parts in Bollywood movies just because of
Wait,
her dark
really?
complexion. Yeah.
Oh my god. But I've actually heard the same exact thing happen to people that I personally know with like daily jobs and stuff and daily promotions.
I feel like this topic is just not spoken enough of. And this entire idea of fairness being superior, it has a lot of historical context. Not only was this perpetuated during the colonial era, but it dates back to the initial years of the caste system, when there was this big difference between blue collared workers and white collared workers, where the dark skinned ones were usually the people who were a part of manual labor because they had to spend hours spent in the sun, and so they
Mhm.
naturally had darker complexions. But people who were inside and had more nicer jobs, nicer, they were richer and they didn't have to expose themselves to this harsh sunlight. And so there was this distinction in society between these people who were poorer and richer. And while this was happening, there was also a distinction between skin tones.
Yeah, I think that color prejudice is a widespread and it's practiced openly across the country. Because, I mean, honestly, it's no surprise that India has a colorism problem because light skin is privileged over dark skin.
Period. I mean, although this seems like a problem of the past, it still affects us in various ways today that we might not immediately realize. I really thought that, like, I'm a huge Shakespeare fan, so whenever I read these kind of very controversial things that he writes about the Moors and how, um, darker complexion is not beautiful, it I always have this thought that, okay, it's fine, we have progressed, we are better now. But then I see articles and things like that, and I realize we have not. Sometimes we've progressed in
Yeah.
ways with campaigns like Unfair and Lovely and things like that, but this issue is still so prominent. You hear what relatives have to say. Oh, I think you should start using this cream. Maybe then your skin would be lighter. And it's ridiculous.
And every one of them has something to say. And it's also said that women will only attain marital bliss only if they have the correct wheatish complexion.
Wheatish
Yeah.
complexion. What
Fair
is
skin,
that?
I have no idea. And fair skin is often promoted as a barrier that would make up for a lower class and caste status. This emphasis on light skin then has tangible consequences for women in the world of matrimony. This actually reminds me of the story of Samara Bibi. Have you heard of it?
No, tell me about her.
Oh my god, brace yourself. Okay, so she was this woman who was living in Calcutta who was burned alive by her husband,
Oh,
whose
ugh.
family thought that she was not fair enough.
I am not surprised. It pains me that I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and light skin as a contingency for marriage puts so much pressure on Indian women as marriage becomes a defining point in the life of an Indian woman. We are told from a very young age that we need to fit into this image of an ideal partner, basically light skin. And those who don't have that skin tone that is considered to be appropriate or beautiful within society's standards, they are left with feeling inept, unwanted, and inferior.
I can't stop thinking about wheatish complexion. I mean, what are we bred? It's so ridiculous. Most women who do not meet up with these absurd standards of light skin, they're often seen to suffer from low self-esteem. And the thing is, so much capital is tied to light skin. Light skin is this way to gain respect in Indian community. I mean, why do we base respect off of something so simple as skin tone?
Our preference for light skin does not merely create beauty standards, but also intersects with caste, class, and gender, and actually shapes the idea of womanhood in India. There is a multi billion-dollar industry being created on the basis of confining and reducing women to their skin color, creating a rather unfair and not so lovely status for women in India.
They need to be fair, and constantly being compared to others based on our complexion compels most of our family members to urge us to use, well, fairness creams, obviously, and so many other bizarre things. Like, have you heard of, using these natural products to
Yeah,
lighten your skin tone?
yeah, like homemade stuff like turmeric, curd, gram, to even store-bought expensive products. Many cosmetic products were applied on my skin in order to have lighter skin.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? I actually find these comments such as "You're pretty for a dark-skinned girl" or "She's beautiful because she is light-skinned" so insulting and belittling. It's
Yeah.
impossible to escape the comments and judgments and this pressure to change the way that we look and constantly being told that the way we look is not enough. It impacts our self-esteem immensely.
And low self esteem may even lead to even worse mental health conditions like anxiety and depression, and it often leads to tragic results. Low self esteem has also been linked to the development of attention issues. Even if it does not manifest into these extreme cases, a lack of confidence can change the way that we perceive the world, the way that we view ourselves, and it just impacts every single day. It causes us to go to these various lengths in order to be looked at as beautiful.
Yeah, and some may even get cosmetic surgery and just feel worthless. All of this for skin color and to feel beautiful based on our skin color. We need to make a change. This has been going on for centuries. We need to understand and internalize the fact that fairness is not a standard of beauty. It's time to break these conventional standards of beauty and embrace the way that we are. Beautiful in our own way, as cheesy and cliche as it sounds.
No, no, but like you had to say it. It's true.
It's true, yeah. And the color of your skin is not a measurement of your worth. You are so much more than just your physical appearance.
I think more than, accepting ourselves for the way we are, we have to make a change to the way that media portrays these things, the way that these multi-billion dollar industries are operating. Only then will we be able to change mindsets. Well, we'll leave you with that thought for today. Clearly, we are so pent up that we could be talking about this for hours, but we should probably
We
wrap this up.
could.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you had an insightful and engaging 15 minutes.
Please do like, comment, and share. Check out our last video, Something Rainbow, and do not forget to follow us on Instagram at project.kara. And please do read some of our articles on our website. The link is in the description box below.
We absolutely loved the comments that you left on our last video, and we would love if you could share your thoughts on this one as well. Until next time!
Bye bye.
Oppressed? Oppressed? Why would I say oppressed?
Hana, you're still recording, by the way.
What?